the good things about being in the TEACH program and having kids is that whenever you get an assignment like a thematic unit and you want to be creative and genuine, which is what I always try to do, you can ask your kids, what would you like to learn about? You know, what do you think would be a good thematic unit? What would be fun to do in the classroom? Well, about 5 weeks ago, I asked my oldest son and my nephew, they're both in the 7th grade and 12 years old, what they thought would be a good idea for a thematic unit. And of course, them being that age, they were like, do food, do food. You know, food is always good to have in the classroom. It's so much fun for us. And so they threw out a bunch of crazy ideas, and I kept thinking, what can I do? What can I make work? And one of the ideas they were kind of insistent upon was pickles. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can make that work or not, but I'm going to try and see what I can do. I did some research, and I decided to go ahead and do my thematic unit over pickles. So my unit is called Positively Pickles. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce it to you now on what I did for each part of it. For my science bulletin board, what I have is called, the bulletin board is called Pickle Mania. And on this side, I have lab vocab, and each one of these cards has a definition on it. Okay, and then inside of the little pocket, there's a pickle. And so, like on this one, it says, a magnifying glass to be held in the hand. And so we know that all these definitions have to do with the lab. And so they would have to guess what it is and pull the pickle out of the pocket. And on the back of the pickle is the answer. And the answer is hand lens. Okay? So there are 6 different vocabulary definitions here, and every one of them has an answer on the back. So it's something they could do on their own to practice their vocabulary. The other thing I did is each day when they come in, they'll be using this scale right here, and there would be either things that either actual pickles or, excuse me, okay, they would be either using actual pickles or something that would substitute as pickles, and weighing them in this scale. And then there's a T chart here, and these pickles actually have they have written on them like 3 ounces or however many pounds. So they would weigh whatever I had here, and they would have different pickles to choose from, and these Velcro on and off, and they would have to put with how much pounds and how much ounces, and every day this would change to keep them interested in coming back. And what I hope is that this side would get them interested in coming back, let them know how to use the scale, and this side would actually help them practice their vocabulary. So that's my science bulletin board. And so moving on to my math learning station. My math learning station is really about measuring and weighing. It again uses the scale. And so what I did was I have a manila folder that has the simple instructions that they could just go over and follow. And inside the manila folder would be this worksheet, okay? And this manila folder will be accompanied by this bucket. This bucket has the same name as the folder and my worksheet. And so it's called Pickle Proportions. And inside the bucket, we have a ruler. We have, everything will be listed on the worksheet. We have a pickle, and when I say pickle, it's going to be just one of the cutout pickles. So we have the pickle jar lid, a salt shaker, a spoon, and a can of tuna. And as you can see, they're all in this little bucket. And what the student does is, they will take the items out and use a ruler to measure them in inches. And after they measure them in inches, they will put them on top of the scale. This bucket comes off. I'll put them on top of the scale and weigh them, and they will record all the information on their worksheet. Okay, so on their worksheet they will have the length in inches and the weight in pounds and ounces. And then there's 4 questions down at the bottom to summarize it. It says which item was the longest, which one was the shortest, which one was the heaviest, and which one was the lightest. So that'll get them over to the math workstation and have them working there. My science workstation is dealing with solids and liquids. And so it's also kind of set up in the same way. There's instructions on a manila folder. There's a worksheet. This is called Pickle Properties. There's a worksheet, and there's on this one I have 7 different items. Okay, and so here, so you can see, there's all the items right there. There's a pickles, pickle juice, vinegar, ketchup, mustard, relish, and a hamburger bun. Basically, it would be all the things that you would use to make a hamburger, but it's kind of revolving around pickles at the same time. And what they'll do is they will decide if the item is a solid or a liquid, and they'll mark it in the column which one it is, because the item's already listed for them. And then down at the bottom, they would give 3 examples of gases, and these examples should relate to making hamburgers, pickles, or some type of food. So they would have those listed down at the bottom. That about is it for what I created for my project. The virtual trip is going to see how cucumbers are made, and then going to the Del Dixie factory to see how pickles go from cucumbers to being pickles. It's the pickling process. So I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it'll give you some great ideas for the future in your class. Thank you.